Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Oilers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Oilers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll be led out by their fourth-year quarterback from Oregon, Marcus Mariota.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Mariota now to throw on first down. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. The first carry down for Rob Kelly. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. We'll look now at our starting defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw is Mariota, and that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play, and 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Bryant with a catch right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see
What's
first
up, you
downs,
all
but
pro
guess
or
what?
AM?
The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Again, it's Kelly, and he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this is going to be incomplete. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Fielded just inside the 20. And now running right through it. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Houston. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught right side, it's Lewis. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. A look now at the lineup defensively for the Ravens. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're the top 10 in the league in
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout. An
Lots of drops in this V7.
We'll check on his status when we get back. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
A first down throw for Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Throwing is Mariota under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week. Because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. They go play action. Mariota. He'll buy some time right, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Here we go now.
He'll look to throw. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Looking to throw. That's complete to Barry Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
4 down, 4 down. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Black 99 Philly, here we go. Leopard, Leopard.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go now. Green.
And they'll let the fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This long drive continues here to start the 2nd quarter. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
Hey, you got 3, you got
Set, now they'll throw here out of the gun. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They go play action here on first down. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Nine minutes out, clock off. Any player trade at this? I play Steve Parody choose zero. B6, high motor off for everyone.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up a third down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The Ravens on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Mariota. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. First catch of the game for Crabtree. It's a first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. It's Kelly, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Third and long here for Mariota. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, you can just see this one coming, couldn't you? It's an obvious passing situation, 3rd and long. The defense is going to bring in 2 more defensive backs and say, you want to throw? Go ahead. We dare you. And there's just no one open anywhere as they come away with the interception.
And now out comes Houston. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
Point A, B, and C.
Now let's go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. It's going the other way.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And now out comes Houston. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Rolling to his left. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Can't give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. This is Lewis. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this 1st half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On third down, Mariota going for the deep. And got his man complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
And now out comes Houston, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked him.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Starts with Rob Kelly. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll go again with Kelly. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Mariota.
Max roster very good trade edits.
He's got Hurst, his tight end. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Wilson snags it left side. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. second down. Mariota. Over the middle here to Wilson. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Mariota now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Being chased out left. And he spins past him and into space. And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Final play of the half here, Mariota. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
The RB problem will have to be addressed in patch. Sliders won't fix them.
We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. Andrew Luck has thrown a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Will Fuller, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, to call it a defensive battle would be an understatement. 0-0 is our score. We'll be looking for something in that second half as we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Space to maneuver at the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Following the interception here, Mariota. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Mariota now on second down. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They run with it. It's Kelly. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Now Mariota got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens are in for 6. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they'll run here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tim Williams makes the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And this offense on third down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Set, blue lining.
Now back to throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And out will come the offense as they take over. And a look now at the defense as they head back out there onto the field. And they have the 3 takeaways, but still losing despite the effort that we see on the screen.
And thank goodness for that effort, because without it, They're probably really getting routed at this point. Keeping them in the game as best they can, they've got to increase their proficiency in taking the ball away because right now they're not getting enough help from the rest of the squad.
They'll start on the ground with Kelly. Able to slither by. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now Kelly. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Off the play fake, Mariota. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Mariota now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Mariota, and that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to force it in there to Crabtree that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Throwing is Mariota, and his pass incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Throw left side complete. It's Wilson. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. They'll run with Kelly. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Albert Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Stepping up, he'll try and run. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a third down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Back to throw here. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Back to throw. And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. Brandon Marshall not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. And Suckup will put this one right through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. There's Rob Kelly now as he and the offense head back out. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, four in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along. But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. This is Kelly. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Sometime in this fourth quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
On the carry is Kelly. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Mariota from the gun on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues, and the chains move again.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Well, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mariota. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Kelly to try to punch it in. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Rob Kelly, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. 2nd effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Davis with it left side. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Akins. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down to the 32. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Akins. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll set up a throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. Extra point put through by Suckup, and it makes the score 21-10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
This is Kelly. Very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Well, there you go. You said someone was going to have to step up, force a turnover. That's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, now they need to capitalize, get this back to a 1-score game. From there, anything can happen.
And now out comes Houston. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Here we go now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. They run. This is Lewis. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
Pass interference. Defense.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Tyus Bowser in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So we're back to a 1-score game, and now you figure we'll likely see an onside kick.
Yeah, they've only got the 1 timeout remaining, so I think they've got to take a chance of getting the ball back.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. And you know they enjoyed taking that knee because they're now going to be 1-2 instead of 0-3. And psychologically, that's a big difference early in the season.
It certainly is. It's a big barrier breaker because you get to 0-3, you're not thinking playoffs. At 1-2, you still believe that you're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, you feel you got some hope on your side. 0-3, things start to look pretty bleak. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Baltimore, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.